Okay, we're back for another try at a Football Manager preseason here. While I was off stream, I arranged a few friendlies. These won't make us any money, at least none to speak of, but there were no other clubs interested, and the club didn't sanction travel to most friendlies that were interesting from a financial perspective. Maybe we should schedule a few friendlies for the U19 too. Where is it? Fixtures, arrange friendly. There we go. That should be the right club. Okay, yeah, their training is similar. So the friendlies need to be on Sundays too. Okay. I tended to let my assistant manager do that kind of stuff, or someone else of the staff. Basically arrange one friendly per week. Until I noticed that the Football Manager staff is really bad at judging expenses of these friendlies. So at one point you get those entries that there's additional expenses in your budget, and it's just declared as other. And other means the assistant manager arranged a friendly with some club that is very expensive to come over and play just for your U19 or whatever your second squad is. Since I encountered that problem, I went back to arranging friendlies myself, which should at least avoid that. So in terms of training, there's an additional problem. Maybe we can fix that right now. I noticed that team cohesion is very bad. It was basically mediocre or bad all over last season. They glued together a little bit, but never quite to the degree I would have liked. That's primarily due to the personalities of the squad. Right now it's a one core social group, but we had a situation where there was a core social group, group A, group B, basically all in the same size, and so the squad was splintered, if you want to phrase it that way. Not a good situation. So to avoid this, we probably should assign more stuff with similar personalities. As I might have mentioned in previous streams, I usually tend to go for professional personalities, like I guess everyone else. But I don't skip one or two problematic personalities for the squad if I think the person can adapt to the rest of the squad. In this case here, we have three new arrivals: Skilama, Westberg, and Ngoma. We signed Ngoma last stream. As you can see, balanced, fairly sporting, and fairly sporting, which are all more or less neutral personalities. We'll have to wait and see. But in terms of inclusion, maybe we should put in some additional team cohesion or team bonding here, team bonding exercises, and for this part here too, we'll do some physical training, which I can't copy. Well, Here we are. Yeah, some additional physical training in preseason. I don't have a specific focus for that part, mainly because I think we will need some strength, we will need some speed, and to hold the league, and we will need a lot of defending. It's very likely that during season, starting here maybe, I will actually skip this kind of schedule and go for something that's either more adapted to the club or with a lot of match preparation. But I won't do that right now, maybe later on. Yeah. So 2 sessions of, one session of team bonding and 1 of teamwork should help somewhat. And there are the first few unhappy players. Let me guess, high volume and quickness training. Well, that's preseason for you, man. So I'm gonna criticize him for his training regime. He actually isn't doing too bad. I mean, it could be better, that's for sure. Adding bravery doesn't look bad. His composure is actually concerning. So I'm inclined to let him train final third. I mean, he's unhappy with the amount of quickness training anyway. Great. But you could use that quickness training, man. 1 or 2 points in addition may go a long way. And we have similar concerns here, high amount of extra training. With youth players I'm a bit cautious with that stuff. So if he doesn't want that, great. Let's get him off the extra training. He thinks he should be doing more strength training. He's already doing additional strength training. And what about Carlson? Okay, preseason training was scheduled too early. Yeah. So honestly, I don't know what we can do about that. Maybe rest him or something. Actually, that's an idea. I never tried that. So let's give him a rest. And if he's annoyed, well, I don't care. Just a youth player. Where is it? Rest. Go rest another week. I don't care. Doesn't want to train, doesn't have to train. This is our new head of youth development. This is great. I'll have a look into his training, coaching into this immediately. And we got a press conference. Cool. Sure. So what's his favorite role? Probably. I mean, Considering his contract, yes. As to recommend signing. Yeah, we don't need one anymore. Blah 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 blah. Scouting. Is this the only one? Okay. Fairly sporting personality, left-footed, knocks ball past opponent, is okay with that pace. Actually, dribbling isn't too bad either. But he's on a non-contract. And in our case, we would probably pay him as an inverted winger. On support duty, which is fine. Mentals are a bit lacking, but for an 18-year-old, I wouldn't complain. There's Tillander here. Who's the replacement for Tillander? Oh yeah, my youth player. I remember. It's not Nagoma. Dobrev. It's Dobrev. So, well, Dobrev is not much slower. I wouldn't say it's worthwhile signing. Maybe we can get him to sign one of those really bad contracts. Good for us, bad for him. That said, wage demands are very high, but we'll need to wait and see. Definitely is a breakthrough prospect. Nah. We have a regular starter in Tillander. Not inclined to give him that. Yeah. And I'm definitely convinced that Tillander is the better player. And even he is on a breakthrough prospect role. Okay. So this is our first friendly, and actually, our first friendly for today. And actually it's also our opponent for the first match of the season, much later on. So I'm kind of interested into this, in this analysis. So they play a 4-4-2. That's not many weaknesses. Okay, lack of aggression and leadership. In a 4-4-2 we would probably try to score through the middle. Which we can try using that formation. Well, I won't mix up tactics right now, but probably in the game. Later on, maybe distribute to target man and go for the long ball with a shot from distance. Blah blah. No. I left my water in the kitchen. I'll grab a drink, be back in a second. That's better. So, what's the news in the inbox? Monthly loan summary. Well, Alyta's been out for some time. Actually, still injured. Still injured. Days to 3 weeks, groin strain. Well, and the other three we loaned out as part of the stream. Well, the Eggman wasn't able to learn killer through balls. Too bad. Well, probably due to his vision. But I hope he'll learn that. The passing and technique are really good. First touch too. So kind of annoying. On the other hand, he's 20 years old, so well, it will be fine, maybe. Or we'll get rid of him and get a better replacement. Who knows? Interesting. So, actually, I have no idea about the league. I don't know any of the clubs, so it might be kind of interesting just to see the type of players they sign. But in this case, maybe it's better to look at the manager and his preferred formation, 4-3-3 wide, tiki-taka style. And obviously way better attributes than my manager has. Yeah, okay. Well, we don't know much about these players. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I could scout them, but scouting individual players is very costly. One thing that this club is lacking for now are loan players. We could bring in 1 or 2 loans and maybe get rid of some players that we paid wages for. That would improve the financial situation too. So maybe it's a good idea to scout the clubs first and foremost on our league level, maybe a league above. Yeah, that's exactly what I want, thanks. FC Stockholm. Yeah, well, let's wait for the first 6 reports. If these bring up some players that are interesting, maybe there's some hidden gem or some worthwhile loan signing to be found. If there isn't, maybe we should have a look at a league above ours. This kind of preseason schedule might also be a bit taxing on the coaching stuff. Our physical coaching isn't good anyway. if the workload is very high, maybe we have to give the coaches different assignments to compensate. Bob is back. Well, finally. And now it will take another month or two until he's fully fit, because he just returned from a long-term injury. So maybe he'll be fit for the season. That's the scouting report. Honestly, I don't care. Not right now. And I finally dropped his concerns. Well, maybe he wants to play some football. Bravery even slightly improved. Scouting update. One of the better players for the first team. Great. Problem is we already have a few center backs, and you are very expensive and want to be an important player, so no. To 80. Goalkeeper. It's not too bad, but bad anticipation and bad agility. The rest is fine. So if we compare this with Westberg, then we see that Westberg is basically a little bit better on the agility front, or a little bit, 4 points. But for the rest of it, I wouldn't say it's a wash. The 5 points aerial reach on Westberg are really bad. But that's his only blatant weakness, the rest is fine. Svensson, on the other hand, has two blatant weaknesses, so not inclined to pay this guy that much. From who the hell are you? Oh, the playmaker type. Not bad. But attribute wise, well, anticipation isn't great, decisions aren't great. He's already 24 years old. And he's more of a pacey type of player. Which I'm not opposed to, but in my formation, well, his finishing is crap. Now, considering the player trait, that's a player that's more useful in deeper areas of the pitch. To distribute the ball for wide areas, especially in possession-oriented systems, which one might argue that our attacking formation is, because we use a lot of support duties. So to speak, it's a fake attacking formation, and it's a bit more possession-oriented, which makes sense. Considering our inferiority in the league. But I don't think it's worth paying him. Not for a trade alone. You are currently available and want to be paid too much. Same for you. No. So don't get me wrong, all of these players are probably way better than what we have in the squad right now. That's not bad. That's for his recommended signing. Earns 20 per week, Ollie Nelson. Oh yeah, right, that's that guy. Yeah, but same argument as before. We already have enough central defenders. Bravery, composure, and concentration are bad. There's a few ones in there. I'm not interested. Not really. Let that guy develop and we'll see. It's all too expensive, very expensive. This guy's already on the short list if I see it correctly. Gets forward whenever possible. Well, it's a good trade for a shadow striker. Physicals are great, mentals are great, technical agreeable. As a drop priority. Well, okay. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. It's also balanced. Okay. Let's compare him to... Pure discussion. Is it Björnsson or is it Bergman? I think it's Björnsson. Or taking midfielder. Okay. So I think we can safely assume that he is better. A lot. As a shadow striker though, Björnsson has some technical advantage. It's not much. On the mental side, this guy, Alexandros Junghagen, Plias Dikas. Is he Greece? Coffee. Oh, God. Sorry, he's not Greece. He's Greek. Yeah, generally speaking, I'd be interested. But can also compare him to Swan. I'm trying to figure out the price tag that I'd be willing to pay. Say, I don't know, I get him for cheap. Well, I won't pay him 80 euros per week. But if he's willing to sign for much less money, well, important player obviously, and they want improved training facilities. Oh, let's say I want to go with squad player. Oh, he's fine with that. Okay, the promise with the training facilities, that will just have to buff out, to be honest. 60. That's not too expensive. So if I offer him 30, he'll decline immediately. 35 probably too. Problem is I'm not... He wants a wage increase too. Relegation release clause. Yeah, I don't care really about the release clause. Maybe we can push it up a little bit, but the problem is the base wage, and I'm not inclined to give him that wage because it would destroy my wage structure. As soon as there's a little bit more wage in the club, it would be fine to increase wages by, I don't know, 20% or something. But for the moment, I want to keep the finances in check, so that's a no. Sadly. Million Matson. Oh, we have a keeper, thanks. Actually, we have too many. Too expensive. You're also balanced personality. Swedish second, blah blah. Long target. Knocks ball past opponent, strength 1. Already off to a great start. That said, as a Metzaler, no. This guy's more of a defensive midfielder. For my taste at least. But, nah, the strength is, no. I don't know what to do with this guy. So he's fast and he has good passing. Advanced playmaker. Maybe, but his dribbling is crap and the mentals are, well... I'm not sure if it's fair to say it's atrocious, but for our league level it's not enough. Balanced personality, very interested in lawn. Defensive midfielder, regular midfielder. Dictates tempo, isn't too bad either. It's a ball winning midfielder. The dictates tempo is a bit well, not exactly useful in his case, but for well, good passing isn't his primary occupation. On the other hand, he will need to do a lot of passes. We are missing a backup player in that position. So let's have a look. What role is Asas outside in? Here's a breakthrough prospect. So we can bring in another player as a backup. Maybe as a, I don't know, squad player, fringe player, something like that. There's a lot of people that want that guy for whatever reason. Say we want to loan him to the end of the season, definitely not as a regular starter. Say a fringe player, comes on from time to time, no position selected, so I can use him. Obviously needs to be able to play against your own team. And loan clauses, no future fee. Optional future fee doesn't exist here for whatever reason. Yeah, it probably has to do with the rules. So let's suggest that. They're happy with it. Well, if you don't require a wage contribution, I certainly need one. That guy is too old, but he's got great personality. Well, great. Above average for my taste. He would be able to play... Well, I mean, not really. As a fringe player, maybe, to coach the others. The thing is, he won't change his personality much. Actually, I don't think they can change their personality above ages 24 or something. So, if he's not too expensive, but he is. Well, maybe scouting was bad. Definitely not. Okay. Nope. I won't even negotiate that. It's nothing I want to afford. Same here. One thing I noticed since managing this club is that good personalities are actually hard to come by in Sweden in general. I'm not sure why that is. Most of the guys are balanced and there's a very few fairly professional or fairly loyal and ambitious people in there, but none to speak of. The new gens are obviously all over the place. Actually, I could probably show you one of the new gens. That looks very promising for me. That's not Matthias Nilsson. Where is he? We had a model citizen somewhere. He's professional, that's not bad either. Anderson. Like, well, fairly pro. Ekström. Swenson. And Carlson. Alright, so it looks like he changed his personality. To be honest, never mind, there he is. Gustav Astrom. And as you can see, I already provided that guy with a contract. So to keep him. Now we'll just have to hope that his potential is up to scratch. But even if he doesn't realize his full potential, for the personality, I should keep this guy around the squad as long as I can. And probably have him coach some other people. Also, maybe he can welcome that guy for a positive influence. Yeah, but as you can see, attributes aren't that exciting. I will probably need him in this position to play as a shadow striker, which he's not good at. I could use him as a passing machine, so more of a playmaker type. But yeah, passing is bad, mentals are bad, vision is bad. Attributes are all over the place. I mean, there's not many roles that require dribbling, first touch and technique, but no pace. So I don't know what to do with him. They accepted my offer, great. And we have a match tomorrow. I need bigger glasses. The picture is empty in no time. All this talking makes first. So we finished the coaching license finally. Maybe, just maybe. That gets us up to reasonable training. Coaching. Not really. So, in case you didn't notice, my Enzo Ranjic, the manager I created, is a nobody that knew nothing about well, everything. But my level of discipline increased just fine recently. As you can see, there's already 9 points. I think that's an effect that comes from regular official warnings and fines. I tend to go with the official warnings, not the fines. But there's also a code of conduct that they have to adhere to. And this code of conduct is agreed upon, and you know, fines are automated. So this will be the first and I think the only friendly against an opponent that is on our level, or should be on our level. There's a few weaker opponents later on for morale. Well, I hope weaker opponents, I'm not sure. They made an offer for Bob. Non-negotiable. And he wants to go. That's the league opponent. He wants to go. I didn't expect it. In all honesty, I have no idea what to do. So, strictly speaking, I didn't need him last season because he was injured half a season. On the other hand, it's one of our best players. Frees up a tiny amount of in the wage budget. That said, he would primarily be expensive due to the appearance fee, and ideally this guy will will play. It's spielen in German. He will play every match probably. So he will get expensive for our level in time. Gold bonus is also very high. So if I can get rid of that component of the wage budget, I'm not too sad. Selling him to a direct opponent isn't a great idea. Then again, the percentage of next sale clause is nice. The rest is crap. Let's be honest here. That's not a good offer. Are there any more people interested in him? It's just that one club. So, if we can sign a replacement for a similar wage, I mean, someone with 15 jumping reach is not easy to come by. Let's have a look. I don't need a winger right now. I was looking for a striker already here. Poacher, pressing forward, target forward. For example, this guy, which we had a look earlier. I think his jumping reach is 17. Heading is better. Would make a good target forward. And well, we can train his passing, or at least we can try. So that we can use him as a deep lying forward too. But yeah, would be an idea for both formations actually. The attacking one and the defensive one, to go with a target forward. It's a more primitive style of play, but not too bad. As a target forward support, he has the perfect traits. That said, he's very expensive. That's not worth it. And obviously, we had a talk before. as a target forward too. Bad trades. Okay. So I'm not sure. Robertson is not really a good target forward. Just look at that heading. We would sell quality by selling Bob. Usually in this kind of situation, I'd like to ask the chat, but well, chat is full of bots and nobody's viewing the stream. So if you see this later on, there was as well as not an option. Decisions. Well, okay. This guy is really not that good. On the other hand, personality is great. Medical report says average injury suspiciability. Robertson below average actually. We know that Robertson did get some level of progression out of last season playing time. You can also see it here. But maybe it's better to have a look at it like this. It's not great, but he'll play one level above. He will adapt to circumstances to some degree. What I'm actually happy about is the 30% selling clause. And while I'm not exactly willing to sell Mboop, on the other hand, his contract is running out. He would play this season for us, and then he would go for nothing. So now we can get the wage in. I need a calculator. It's like it's not an entire year. How long does this contract run? 30, 11, 2024. So that's 9 months. So that's about 1,300 euros plus bonuses. And well, we get 170 on top. We'll see if he makes those 20 league appearances. But yeah. Okay, team selection. So probably not Mboop. I'm actually not sure if he's I don't know. Mboop, Mboop. Who knows? Probably Mboop to be in line with age restrictions. Well, it's a bit of a sellout, what I'm doing here right now. On the other hand, finances are, I'll show you later on, they're not really bad. We don't have to get out of debt, but they're significantly worse after last season, which is mostly non-playing stuff related. I got rid of them, training quality suffered. Well, let's just say I'm happy that none of my players earn much of a wage. Probably should have been more aggressive. I mean, this is a league opponent. We want to win this game. Let's see. Tackling. The situation was resolved just fine. Well, at least in this situation, it looks like they push up a lot. Could have gotten as a penalty in different circumstances. But we'll take a goal instead. Nice. Good work on the officer. I think that's the guy that lost the captaincy. If I'm not misinformed. Yeah, I think I gave the captaincy of his farm. And of course I had it before. Substitute the second captain vice captain, that's it. Vice captain is I think a flag guard. There's a certain lack of leadership in the squad right now. As you can imagine, if you have a lot of younger players, they don't have nothing particularly leadership stats usually. Close. Fingertip safe there. That's it. if I'm a bit distracted here, my girlfriend is chatting me about groceries, actually. And obviously, your girlfriend always has priority to not just your mom, as I mentioned in the last stream. Actually, your girlfriend should have higher priority than your mom, at least if you want to keep it. Yeah, her. Anyway. Quincy. Yeah, well, in 23 minutes, they didn't create anything. Maybe that corner will change that. Forsell took that shot and made a goal. There have been a few other chances that I think are interesting enough. And they don't look as menacing as the last three opponents we had in 20 matches. That said, I'm not sure if Sandviken's IF, the opponent we're playing right now, what their league history is. If they're a regular in the league we just joined, or if they came from the bottom just like us. We'll have to wait and see. Got that one. Nice. That's something I really enjoy about the new game engine. Some of the animations are really good. The individual stuff, I'd say. I like that. I also think the increased amount of dribbling in the engine is great. It looks more realistic. Even though some of the players dribble a lot where the pass doesn't make no sense. Let's put it that way. So I think between the old passing-oriented and the new dribbling-oriented style of player action in Football Manager, there's a sweet spot somewhere. But on the other hand, football everybody sees that stuff a bit differently. That's a wonderful flick on. And the waste of a finish. Great. Didn't get the pace into the action. Should have taken the pass. Who was it that was running in? Robertson. Didn't jump. Assassin. Try swim. It's a dangerous pass, generally speaking, for the near post. Just there wasn't nobody there. That long ball went into nothing, obviously. But we gained a lot of possession. And they push up, well, high enough that we're threatening on the counter. Great lob. not so great finish. But yeah, actually I'm happy with that performance. It looks very good. And looking at the expected goal stats, that's also great. Possession, if you look at it, 29% possession is really, really, really bad. But I don't care, as long as it works. So you might you might probably see. I want to become a Guardiola follower anytime soon. I'm glad we got that keeper. He's a keeper. Wonderful. That was close. Won the ball high up the pitch. And still on the wasteful finish. Is there some instruction like shoot on side? No, it isn't. That's just their decision making. So obviously I could try to work the ball into the box or something, but I think that would waste a lot of situations where they could take a chance at least. On the other hand, shooting onside is probably too much. We got enough chances. Really good chances like this one. If all games during season work out like this, with 30% possession, but vastly better chances, then I'm very happy. And we will probably hold the league. Great ball. And a penalty. That pass was fantastic. I'll have to go back and take a look at it. Want to see that again? So that was Shabanach. It's really a difficult name. I'm struggling with it every time. Shabanach to Robertson and Tillander. No, it was Swan that was playing the penetrating ball. Well, Swan has solid passing, solid vision, solid technique. Very good, solid anticipation, and composure is okay too. So no surprises there. And Foster scores the penalty. Good. So now we're up 2-0 against future league opponent. I know it's a friendly and stuff, but I'm happy with that. Stupid free kick to give away in that position. He wasn't threatening in any way. But it looks like that free kick came to nothing. Wow. Wonderful ball. And a wasteful finish again. So, considering that we count the 60th minutes, and a lot of these guys here are really out of shape, I'm gonna rotate a few guys in. Especially those that I actually expect to play. Okay, maybe Dobrov will not play that much. I think Tillander will play most of the games. All the way through. Björnsson for Metzala, for Swan. Arberg for Cell. Obviously Robertson out. So we still have Hargedal and Asarson. There he is, Ngoma. Just wandering here. With the goalkeepers, I'm not too concerned. I mean, I can switch it up a little bit. And, well, for Asarson, let's just give Ekman again this experience in that position. I want to get that result through. Full rotation, everybody off the pitch, everybody on the pitch. Well, close to everybody. And then let's have a look what I'm going to do. There's nobody there to pick up the ball outside their penalty area. These balls are dangerous. I don't know if it's the team, the formation, well, maybe the individual players, but this season I noticed that a lot of the attacks come through over the flanks, and with all dangerous passes into the penalty area, while defenders are very confused on how to deal with it. There is no closing down of the winger. There's no being close to the attacking player that is in a threatening position in the penalty area. Maybe it has to do with backtracking and being with back to the own goal, and while ball is played very close to the goal. But I'm not sure about that. Might also be a match engine thing. It's very difficult to be sure about that. Another corner. And we're going to catch that one. It was a risky tackle here. Great clearance. No, he just has to. The transition is really good. It's just that Bergman might be fast enough to reach that ball. Where is he? Well, obviously, yeah. Actually, he's got the pace, he's got the acceleration. I think he just didn't anticipate it, but there's Björnsson, and there's the Preseason. overall, fantastic performance. I mean, we could reduce opposition chances a bit in some way, but as long as we don't get many opposing opponents goals, usually fine with it. Also, 0.42 expected goals. If it remains that way, I'm very happy. So, even though this team didn't create all that stuff, funnily enough, no, they're struggling to meet the pace of the match. Of course, I actually have no idea what it means. Well, okay, I understand the words, but I don't understand how to deal with it. I mean, I can praise those players with that result, obviously. That's an injury. Very good sportsmanship. No. Didn't score anyway. Dobrev dribbles to the middle of the pitch. Will he take the shot? He will try to take something along the lines of the shot. But that was more of some sort of weird effort to trying to get the ball towards the goal. Alright. Weak header. Right. To Arberg. Again with the lob. And again with the weak finish. To be fair, it was with his weak foot. Yeah, get it out. That's the spirit. Overall, I'm very happy with that. It's probably I'm still very happy with that. But that was a chance I wouldn't have wanted to occur in the first place. Players giving away free kicks in these areas, that's really, really dangerous. And most of the opponent's teams contain a lot of players that are great with free kicks, sadly. So yeah, I want to avoid that. But yeah, I mentioned this, if anybody sees this, this is probably the ugliest version of hoofball that I've seen in a long time, and I'm very happy that it works. So yeah, great! And I'm very proud of everybody. So is there anyone to single out? Actually not, well, Forsell. Sometimes players that get praised, or that get singled out, in the after-match team talk, are excited that they get singled out for their good performance. But in this case it didn't happen, probably because it's a friendly. Or, well, might be random, might be personality based, I don't know. Gustav Astrom had a good game. What a surprise. There's a training schedule, not much to do there. Well, we wanted to have a look into our coaches section. Is there anything very heavy? No. Average load. That's fine. For preseason, actually, that's very solid. So I'm happy overall with that game. It's great. Maybe we can get in another. As a personal goal, I'm trying to get my streaming sessions to, I don't know, 1.5 or 2 hours right now. We're in 116 now. Those games take a bit of time. On the other hand, I don't want just to watch key highlights. That's not enough. I'd rather have some sort of slower progression and a bit more time on stream, if that's okay. So, great. Now we get him recommended. What? Oh yeah, he played as a central midfielder. Sure. Of course. But I'm not too concerned. He can play wherever he wants as long as he gets his match practice. They're all happy with the high volume of fitness training and I don't care. Cool, there's strength training here. He doesn't want to train at all. Mentoring units general character had a personal effect lately. Well, it'd be great if I knew what effect. That said, I really need to get rid of 1 or 2 keepers. Listed for loan. Women doesn't want to go. Why the hell doesn't he want to go? I mean, with that contract, but I don't want to alienate him either. Actually, that's a good idea. So, this is a youth player. Who is it? It's Castores, I think. It's not bad, but we could try to get rid of him completely. But I'd rather have him play somewhere and someone else pay the wages than €6. 9 months. That's not a lot of money. It's about €230. Yeah. Not sure about that. What? Well, in that case, why is there a friendly here? I didn't arrange that friendly. I'm confused. I mean, it's not bad, placement-wise. But I'm sure I didn't arrange that one. This kind of stuff is so weird. Such things happens from time to time in Football Manager, and I have no idea how this happens. I mean, benefit of the doubt, I might have misclicked at some point, but Still, it's really weird. What kind of team is this? Nipgersund. Norwegian 3rd Division Group 4. Never ever would I arrange a friendly with those guys. Simply because they want money. No team news. No forecast. I'm not sure if the no. I have no idea what's going on here, so I just cancelled that friendly. I'm not opposed to the idea strictly, but I'd like to have control over my finances. I'm not sure what happened there. Great. No, there's additional match practice in there. Well, that certainly isn't a bug. We'll just keep it. Great. I hope selling them both doesn't lead to some sort of unrest. Okay. Seriously. Coaches, that's not what I was looking for. Niago is in there. Castores is in there. That's at Westberg. And I mean, the U19 team should really have a keeper. So even though they only play friendlies, I think let's move him to the U19. Go away. I wanted to help the younglings. Whatever. No, that's Karlstad. Another opponent. I wanted to have a look at Sandvikens, which we just played. What's the league history? Swedish First Division North. Oh! Oh! That's a professional club. Wow. I mean, it's a friendly, but we just delivered professional club to the knife. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, look at these stats. Wow. Under normal circumstances, I'd assume that these guys would deliver us to the bottom of the table immediately. Which might still happen at some point in the future. Probably sooner rather than later. But yeah, we'll see. Harvard set for big money move to PSG. Follow the money trail to Qatar. Wherever it comes from, I'm not sure. Yeah, off he goes. That transfer budget, 170 euros, is really, really... I don't care. John Boop. You have been a great servant. Thank you. No leave. And please, please, please give us the 30% sell-on clause. Oh no. You're a great captain. You don't want to get involved. Our finances weren't that good. Wage bill isn't, well, you won't accept that. That's for sure. I definitely won't replace him with a better player or a much better player. Also, that's highly subjective. So I have every confidence in players such as I don't want to promise something. I'd have argued against selling him at any price. Well, I won't apologize. I guess it's something. Ytterhogdals. Future opponents are weaker, I think. I arranged those friendlies basically for the morale. So now our squad is much diminished. It's one of those situations where you usually look for a last-ditch signing, but I'm not inclined to do that. Yeah, well, finances were hard to ignore if the 30% sell-out clause triggers at some point. That said, let's have a look at his contract. If I get the spelling right. That one, yeah. Well, we'll see him again. I mean, he's in the same league. And, well, he's earning 120 per week with an optional contract extension. So funnily enough, there's no transfer value associated with his current contract. I'm not too sure why. Since in the case of the contract he was running with us, I think he had like a transfer value of 2.5k or something, or between 0 and 2.5k or something. So one could argue that the deal was a bad one, and I sold him for less than he was worth. Actually, we should probably have a look. I can probably say what supporters will say. I'm not too sure about the management. Maybe they're both opposed to this transfer, but let's have a look. There's the board, performance, transfer activity. Oh, there's a lot. Where is he? Transfers out. Maduka, Lisa Carlson, both there. Well, they are unhappy, and management is kind of happy to get a salary off. So they're very unhappy, but I believe it made sense to cash in on a player who did not have long term left in his contract. Yeah. Okay. They think that he could, those two could have commanded a loan fee. You never knew Luke Hockey was a player that was... What the... Okay. He was very unhappy while he was at our club. That on the other end, wow. And I don't think we arranged any clauses with that transfer. Transfer clauses. We get a wage contribution for Högberg. That's one of the youth signings. We bought that guy, gave him a youth contract for €5 a week, and we have a wage contribution until 2027 for €2 a week. So basically, his contract is for half value. I can live with that, even though some people might disagree with the value of this signing. We'll see. He's fairly pro, so maybe a good influence on the rest of the squad in the U19s. Yeah. And that's the first solid transfer clause here. Usually, I like to include clauses that pay repeatedly for, I don't know, each appearance a few euros or something, to get some constant cash flow in. No, not interested. Sorry. Is he a good? No, this is a solid tackler. Maybe as a ball-winning midfielder, if the other doesn't agree for the loan move. I don't know. Just look at those physicals. I mean, his height is, or his jumping reach is great, but the other stuff, not so much. Oh my god, 24. Potential loan target. Okay. That's a winger. Estimated wage is somewhat low. He's also a striker potentially, but not. Well, he's missing the strength. Right-footed. Got enough players of that kind. Already 23 years old. One for the future. Well, to a degree, yeah. Balance is bad too. No. It's a somewhat difficult decision, but just because I recently sold them both. So let's go to Swanson. Where the hell is Robertson? That's the wrong one. There. It's not much of a difference. So we'll stick to Robertson. Another lone target. This is a winger. Left wing, left footed. Can't be shadow striker for sure with that finishing. No. Strength free central defender. I won't comment on that. Better, but not great. Vision and passing aren't good either. Nope. A 17-year-old goalkeeper from Egypt, as it seems. Oh, Iraq. I'm sorry. So yeah. Born in Iraq. That's probably the place to drop some political statement, but I think I'll refrain from that for now. Which would also be wrong, because a political statement would probably be Iran related, not Iraq related. Anyway, then we have winger, left-footed, 17 years old. Man, don't pay them wages. Haidar. Not convinced. I mean, For a 29-year-old, he's not really better than what we have in the squad right now. That position, I think that's Bergman. Okay, he is better, a bit. But physicals will decline with age. That speed will decline with age. Bergman, on the other hand, will gain, well, I hope he will, some mental and technical proficiency. So, yeah, don't think so. That looks better wage-wise, but I'm not convinced either. Actually, do we have a replacement for taking midfield on our left side? Björnsson? Björnsson is a shadow striker. But yeah, he can play there. And then there's Skillermo, yeah. Which is a recent signing, actually. I had a long look at him. Was without the club for a long time. And he comes with a lot of traits that are alrightish for an inverted winger on the left flank. So, no, 27-year-old, no. A 32-year-old goalkeeper, I don't think so, no matter how old you are. This looks not too bad. Stats don't look too bad either. I mean, mentals aren't great, but as a replacement, if he's willing to come on a, considering playing time, on a not too great contract, maybe we can get him for cheap. Oh, he actually played for us at some point, but not as I was manager. Yeah, I'll look into that guy in a few minutes. I'll go take a bathroom break for a while. I'll be back in, I don't know, 5 minutes. Usually I'd run an ad right now, but as there's nobody watching, there are no followers, no use running an ad. Also, I'm not an affiliate or partner or whatever it takes on Twitch. So no ads for you if you're gonna see it later on. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, with these wage demands and probably transfer value of 0, maybe we can get a wage contribution. That could be a wonderful deal. Even if it's just for the money. I mean, sign him. Okay, there's major interest from other clubs, but they want to loan him. I want to sign him. So we'll sign him immediately. Don't want to loan him. We want a wage contribution as much as possible. We will sign him immediately. No. That's the wrong way. So, buyback price, no. We won't pay anything for him. Nothing. And they accept. They want to get rid of him. They're willing to pay for him a wage contribution until... honestly, I don't know when. I guess till the end of 2024. Yeah. Financially speaking, that could be a good signing. So we can afford a wage of €5 a week for him, and he'll play for free, basically. It's great. Nope. That pays, man. That pays. But that's not all there is to football. And we have 2.5 players for that position. No need to spend on some cash on it. Wheaton back. No, they're all too expensive. That one looks reasonable price-wise. Oh, we know you. You were actually on my top signings list. And now the estimated wage has dropped, though. What's going on? You want to come play for us? Sure. Boop is gone. No, I won't. Star player? Probably not. But maybe important player. He's happy with that. 35 to 50. He wants 45. If I can get him started on 30, maybe increase the other stuff a little bit. Yeah, well, okay. I'm willing to pay that. That's okay too. If you score 10 goals, you can have $100, sure. Relegation release clause. If you get relegated, you can go for 3K. No. I mean, at that point, we have the money back. That's for sure. And I'm actually willing to give him a seasonal landmark goal bonus for 20 goals too. Oh, 250, that's fine. Too far away. He really wants that relegation release clause. Funnily enough, accepts the rest. So let's give him 1 from 1.2. But let's give him the 35 per week that Mbob was earning. Keep in mind, Mbob had a goal bonus of 45 euros a goal, if I'm not mistaken. And hello to this first viewer of my stream today. You're welcome here, whoever you are. So feel free to write a few words in chat. I don't know if you want to know something about the stream. Yeah. So these contract negotiations, I'm not sure if this would succeed. 35, he probably won't accept that. Ah, he will. Nice. Okay. So now let's go back to this and try to change it up a bit. Because considering the wage structure of our squad, I think it would be great if we can dump his demands down a little bit. Value limited by player. Ah, okay. It doesn't let me increase it. But do you want that goal bonus? No, you don't. Do you want that one? No, you don't either. I sure as hell don't need a fee for sitting on a bench. The appearance fee isn't required either. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's drop his wage when we get relegated, just to be sure. I mean, he'll be released anyway, but in case he wants to stick around, I don't want to pay him. Doesn't care, does he? Well, he cares a bit. Okay, 35% is max. So we can still try to reduce the appearance fee. Okay, he wants to add 6 euros. And the goal bonus. Probably doesn't matter with 9 euros per goal. Yeah, it's gone. Alright. So what do we have now? Now we have 2 strikers. We have a replacement for Abdullah Mboub, which did come back from long-term injury anyway. We got some cash for him. We got this guy for free for basically the same wage, but with much less appearance fees. He's 1 year younger. He's used to playing with the back to goal, and he avoids using his weaker foot, which is fine. Let's compare him to Mbob, which we just sold, if we find him. Selected. It's just my own squad. So I just have to find him. Compare this guy with him. And as we can see, for a target forward on support duty, there's not much of a difference. But we got a deal, slightly better contract. Because Mboub was on 35 euros a week too. So yeah, there's a drawback in this great value. I mean, there has to be some risk. He's not prone to injury. balanced personality. Okay. I'd argue it's mispricing in the market. Because he was without a club for a long time. Remember, we tried to sell this guy previously, like, I don't know, a month ago or something like that. And he had much higher wage demands along the lines of these guys, which I'm not even willing to consider, just because it's out of the wage structure for my crappy club. This doesn't look bad either, but in this position in my squad he would probably play a shadow striker, and finishing is horrible, so nope. Alright. Okay. And here we have the 71 to 100 in expectations. So my scouting reported a fantasy wage, as it seems. As they previously told me about 3 to 6 euros per week. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's probably right. Estimated wage here is very different from the one we just noticed. And this is not gonna happen. I mean, we just signed another player. I basically thought we could get this player for cheap, but in this case, nope. I'm not even trying to negotiate. So this is horrible performance-wise in training. This is horrible too. Robertson, on the other hand, well, I guess it's something. The others I'm not too convinced. And here I have a horrible training performance again. Berg, great, you've done well. Same goes for this guy, who will probably reject the notion that he trained well. Oh no. But as a model citizen, well. So physical training goes on. Bit of goalkeeping. That one viewer that just joined channel left. Maybe I bored him, I don't know. Maybe he was shy. Or she. And Svensson is going out on loan for our team. It's quite a deal. We sold him in Boop. We get this guy for free. Who can earn some match practice as a drop-in replacement, maybe. And if he doesn't play enough as a fringe player, well, I don't know, he'll go back. So we will have one player alienated that has a slightly questionable attribute distribution anyway. Problem with this kind of deal making obviously is team cohesion. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. they expect him to become an important player. Well, I don't know about that. But maybe, just maybe. Positioning is good. Well, okay, it's decent. Oh yeah, it was that guy. I think considering the rest of his attributes, this guy's a passing machine, more or less. Actually, we could try to give him a playmaker role, but his balance is off too. Anticipation is really bad. But yeah, that's probably the best we can do. On the other hand, we need him as a replacement for the ball-winning midfielder role. His tackling is okay-ish, positioning is okay-ish, marking is acceptable, and yeah, strength-wise we could do better, but he probably won't do more than 5 games in the season. The games that Anderson is missing due to yellow card bans. So, yeah. That should be fine. So today we'll have another friendly against Ytterhogdals FF, wherever that is. Okay, those are semi-pro, but do play in the First Division North too, just like the last ones. Let's have a look at their history too. They're a recent arrival in the First Division North, so let's put it like that. If we want to get some points next season, this is the type of opponent we have to at least get a draw against. That's a striker with the outrageous wage demand. Well, that certainly explains it. You can come in here. Still wanted by a lot of clubs. Also, a lot of clubs want Robertson on loan, which we play youth players up front. Proctor's prospect. Perform in the first team front up. There's still a deal going on, right? Yeah, it is. So Holstrom will probably be available for the next friendly. And as he's 20 years old, I think he should count as a youngster too. Or a youth player, whatever that is. Should probably have checked opposition. formation and stuff. Okay. No. Hmm. Yeah, that's great. But let's have a look at the position instructions. 4-4-2. We really know that guy. So close him down because tight marking him is not a hopeful exercise. Same goes for this one. Likes the lob keeper. Great. It's forward wherever possible. Both of them actually. Yeah, okay. We'll have to wait and see. And have a look at the manager's tactics too. What I don't quite get actually is why they push up that high in this case. I specifically told them to drop deeper and to push up very high on the pitch. That's a wonderful pass. Fuscolano will not take the finish. Or if that was the finish, it was poor. Yeah, it was a finish. Tried to lob it. So let's encourage them. Which they like. Also some great ball into the box and a wasteful finish. I mean, it was well placed, but not enough power behind the ball. Great technique, wonderful opening ball. In the corner. Something. But same as last time, no opponent's chances so far. And they concede another corner. defending. Not so solid defending after. That's cleared. Wall doesn't look like a very interesting game. 26 minutes, 3 shots on goal. Which is just fine by me. I mean, we have to hold the league, not play some exciting football. It looked a lot closer for a moment than it actually was. And another ball fisted out of the area. Technique-wise, that's really sloppy, but we were lucky. So, can I do something on the counter? We'll have to wait and see. Great dribbling, and a horrible pass. Really horrible. That header didn't go in either. But yeah, that was a great situation. They should have made more out of it. At least created a chance. It's also not a good ball. Makes the best out of it. And Robertson at least takes the shot. Gets closed down. Arsasan doesn't have much option, and Flecker uses the long ball for Talanda, which is not offside. Gets it in for 2 players and Swan. And that is it. Let's get back to the net. Great stuff there. Also great agility, balancing the best one to turn it around like that and put it in the back of the net. That's great. Also solid defending out there. And he immediately tries to contribute on the attack. Which is quite surprising actually, considering that we're running a defensive mentality. Dangerous ball, but he gets to Skilomo. It gets to Skilomo. And we got another corner. Corner taken by Šibanić. Doesn't find anyone out here. Second try. Skorano locks it somewhere. Nobody there. Fleckout's crossing is nothing to call him about. Skorano again. Again within in the penalty area, but no shots taken. Ball was just bouncing around in the area. To be fair, a little chaos on the attacking side isn't that bad. Just score the goal once in a while, that's usually worth it. But in that case, a bit more of control would probably have been better. Or Skilano could have taken a shot instead of lobbing it in once again. The deflection would have resulted in another corner most likely. Okay, so not as good as last time, but we're up 1-0. So I'm happy with that. In this case, maybe Robinson should have pushed him, the opponent's player, and instead not try to get into the air duel, because there was nobody there to profit from it. Get it to the end of the ball. Quite opposite to this one. He wanted one wonderful. It's a simple goal, but good. Also after a throw, and Swan did his assist. Turns out Swan is in really good form this preseason. I think that's the second game in a row that he's not only scored but also provided an assist. For a central midfielder, it's good. Now while he plays as a Matsala, so some scoring is to be expected. He still does need to bring the attributes to the table and or to the pitch in this case. And he obviously does. Stolt again with a long ball. Skillan was much too slow in reacting to that ball. I think we all saw that coming from a mile ago, and let's just have a look. He's not a particularly slow player. It's just that his anticipation isn't that good. Maybe teamwork too. Hasn't been part of the squad for that long. I'll give him another 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll switch him for Bergman, I think. Bergman or Brimson. I always mix them two up. Not sure if taking that shot was a good idea. So 9 to 3 chances. Generally speaking, that's quite good. Don't let him cross the. That was waste. Rating wise, Skillan's not doing too bad. But given that he played a lot of the recent friendlies, and we need some match fitness for the other guys too, I'll substitute him here. And just substitute him too. who's not playing good. Arsason is playing okay, but we can give Svensson a few minutes. After all, that's what we loaned him for, and he needs some match fitness if he ever wants to come on the pitch and play a few minutes. Aberg Forsell is Forsell is not doing great either. So let's put Aberg on the pitch and I'll give instruction to shoot more often. There we are. The locked-in free kick wasn't too bad. The shot, not so good. Come on. The lack of aggression on the pitch by the wingbacks in this case. It's a bit concerning. I would want them to tackle more aggressively. It's unbelievable. Okay, that's one of those goals you have a look at. Not necessarily applaud, but to the last millimeter. Off the crossbar and the goalpost, and then back out again. That's what are the odds? With the fake cross. That would be a problem. That's better to use the ball. Especially considering that the team was out of shape. So we got with Fleckard, we got and with Robertson, we got two players that are kind of exhausted. I'll try to substitute those. Fleckard is here. Let's get Dobra from the pitch. And there's Tillander. He's kind of tired. Same goes for Swan, which we will replace with Björnsson. And then there's Soldan and Hagedal, which we can replace too. And for good measure again, let's give women a few minutes at least. No, you can take the pass. No. Dude, screwed that one up. Then again. That's a potentially great pass, but he's offside. good ball, but I don't know. A bit less direct than I would have wanted. And it's offside too. That clears the header. With that one. Luckily for us. So this game is much closer than the last one. I still think we have a decent chance with these kind of opponents in the league. Won't be perfect, won't be pretty. Or maybe he got the defender got a foot in. I'm not sure. That was an unlikely matchup from the start. Striker crossing and trying to head it. We might want to arrange that the other way around set pieces. So, yeah. Second win in a row, I think. I think that's fair. And Swan did have an outstanding performance. No, he's extremely delighted. Great. Alright, so looking at friendlies, we now had 2 wins in a row against league opponents. Next opponent is a non-league team. We'll probably go for attacking in this case, which will be this formation, at least for now. And it looks like preseason is coming along just fine. Finance-wise, let's just skip a bit forward. We can also diagnose some solid earnings, I think. I won't count my chickens just yet, but this looks much better than last season. Income has been, due to fundraising, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it might be. Gotta remember that we... no. It's the season tickets. Is it? Still not displayed here. But it might be the season tickets that came in here that are much more expensive. Cash receipts, I don't think so. And obviously, yeah, minor contribution by player sales. The rest of it isn't too meaningful. On the expenditure side, on the other hand, staff wages compared to last season should be in decline. Other costs, we'll have to wait and see. That's friendly fees and stuff, amongst other things, if I'm not mistaken. Player wages are, well, we'll have to wait and see, but they're somewhat comparable. There's only so much we can reduce them. And to be honest, this is one of the areas I'm willing to spend on at some point. So I don't know, a wage of 50 euros a week or something is not totally unrealistic for the majority of the squad at some point. But we'll have to generate enough income first. I don't want the club to go broke. I'm painfully aware that Football Manager is played by many people with the growth mindset, but for me personally, I'm more inclined to look for value and high profitability in my players. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. My experience off stream has been this that this kind of approach is kind of sustainable long term. But it takes a bit longer to get up the leagues. But on the other hand, it's quite reliable. Scouting costs aren't too high. This is a very tricky one. On one hand, I like to give my scouts some work. On the other hand, scouting costs tend to pile up very quickly, as we can see here. Even if they are just in Sweden and not abroad, I think they can get quite expensive. Non-football costs, I have no idea. Non-football staff wages. Okay, cool. I have no idea how to reduce those. They're just a part of the game. Matchday expenses, similar. As you can see, we had a lot of matchday expenses, but on the other hand, there was some income. And then there's taxes and nothing. So, if we look at wages, we didn't reduce them that much, actually. But yeah, our wage total is much lower than the wage budget. And we'll have to wait and see if that turns out to be a problem or not. Good. I think I'll finish with that for now. We'll probably continue tomorrow. And for everybody watching this later on, I hope you had some fun, and feel free to come to drop in live at some point. Have a nice day, and see you soon.